Mobile television production facilities for this broadcast are made possible by a grant from Walmart. Walmart, with their location on the White Horse Pike in Somerdale.
And welcome to Sterling High School for today's afternoon matchup featuring the Sterling Knights coming in at 10-2, going against the Thundering Herd of Woodbury at 7-5. Here we look at the Colonial Liberty standings. Sterling at the top at 10-2, followed by Haddonfield, Haddon Township, Haddon Heights, Collingswood, and West Deptford rounding things out. We take a look at the Colonial Patriots standings. Gloucester at the top at 8-4, followed by Lindenwold, Audubon, Woodbury there at 7-5. Then Paulsboro and Gateway at the bottom. Look at both teams. Again, we said Sterling's 10-2, first in the Colonial Liberty, averaging 52 points a game on offense, giving up 43 points a game. Obviously, Anton Arnett is the big scorer at 20 points a game, followed by Andrew Cummings at 9, Mike Ermel at 7, Javon Johnson chipping in at 5 points per game. On the other side, Woodbury at 7-5, fourth in the Colonial Patriot, scores 48 per game, gives up 55. Their two leading scorers are Javon Solomon and Jerome Solomon, each getting 16 points a game, followed by Samar Webster at 10 points a game and Anthony Reagan at 6 points a game. There we look at the game history. Sterling at 248 and 191 overall, and Woodbury 264 and 173. Sterling leads the series against Woodbury 12-9. Sterling last won last year, 2020. Woodbury last won 2 years ago in 2019. And the keys to the game is execute. Stop transition, that's something Woodbury's very good at. And play hard the entire time, give a solid 32 minutes. And you have to feel like, John, if Sterling's able to do all that, they can win this game. It's really about what Sterling's able to do, John, not so much Woodbury beating them, Sterling just playing their game.
And it's very important. And again, Woodbury coming out from a very, in a way, impressive standing. So just being 7-5 and only being fourth in their division says a lot still. And it really has a tough division, Woodbury does. And just to also look at the scoring sheet, both scoring 16 points per game, so that says a lot right there to you.
One a senior, one a sophomore.
Sterling also adding a game on Saturday. They will host Lindenwold for the final regular season game of this 2021 season.
Of course, Coach Justin Barringer coaching against his old team. And we'll talk a little bit more about that as we move forward here in the broadcast.
Solomon on the drive, kicks it back out up top. Solomon looking down low for Jackson. Jackson, nice dish down low to find Dunbar for their two.
Good look at a nice dish off down in that low post, seeing Dunbar. A real tight space, and there's a nice pass behind him. Mike Ermel, boy, what a play there.
Ermel has it blocked.
Ermel slow to get up.
Solomon going all the way.
Ermel's still down.
Ermel is down, and he's holding his left foot.
sure what happened there. We'll look and see. It looked like he even, before he went up for the shot, it looked like he landed a little funny on that leg.
They get Zingaro on the foul, his first. And really favoring that left foot. And he's going to hobble off. And he's going to be escorted out by Coach Manlove. And he's going to go right to the trainer's office. And here comes Sean.
Sean Clank. He's as busy now as ever with all the different things going on.
And not to mention the start of wrestling and volleyball right now. We've just kicked off yesterday. It's been a busy year for Sean Clank. We talked about that as he's taking another look at it.
Well, all the COVID protocol that you have to go through.
So Ermel is out. We'll keep an eye on that to our right and see if he returns to the game. That injury just happened about 45 seconds into the contest.
And
2-0 Woodbury. Make it 4.
Ermel, a very important player on this Sterling team. You remember him shooting, I believe, 4 threes in a row. And what was an amazing game from him.
Good job by Sterling breaking that press.
Cummings kicks it out. McFadden from the corner is good for 3.
Well, that's good inside-outside ball movement, and McFadden was the beneficiary of that great ball movement. He drained it.
Cummings with the deflection and steal in the hands of Zingaro. Zingaro, nice dish to McFadden. Little floater, can't drop. Zingaro rips down the rebound. Oh, going over the back there was Dunbar. Sterling fires up another 3. Cummings, another opportunity. Good dish to Arnett underneath for 2.
And McFadden already doing great well, just coming in out from being the sub, of course, for Ermel. Already getting that 3, almost getting the 2, but helping out the team already.
Yeah, we saw great movement first from Woodbury down in Lopez. There's Sterling. Had a couple of real nice passes, real nice looks down in the low post with Antoine finishing.
Woodbury going to go to the bench for the first time. Bring in Brian Johnson, the sophomore. He's going to replace Jaden Johnson, the freshman. .544 remaining here in the first. Woodbury trailing by 1. And a step on the baseline. It will be Sterling basketball.
And you talk about a little thing. What a great job of defending along that baseline by Javon Johnson, who looks like he's a little hurt. I'm not sure what happened there.
Cummings across the timeline. Zingaro, nice first step. And they're going to get a foul. I believe they're going to get Tanir Jackson on the foul. What an explosion there from Jimmy Zingaro to burst right to the basket.
Yeah, he thought he had a look on a defender, then got caught up and did a good job, though, taking on the help defense and getting himself to the free throw line.
First team foul for Woodbury. It's going to send Zingaro to the line. Empty first attempt for Zingaro. Ermel back on the bench, but walking gingerly back there with his left shoe off.
He got it all iced up. I don't think he'll be back for this game.
And he's got the left ankle completely wrapped in ice right now, and we'll keep an eye on that. And he just gave coach a thumbs up. There's a lane violation, so Zingaro got another opportunity at that free throw and still came down with nothing, and it's still a 1-point Sterling lead. Just about 3 minutes into this contest. Just joining us, Mike Ermel went down the first 45 seconds of this game and is now currently wrapped on the bench with ice around. There he is right there. Look at that left ankle.
And interesting, Mike Ermel starting. You know, a lot of times we see him coming off the bench. Always one of those guys as a sixth man has a big impact.
Good no-look dish to find Dunbar for his second bucket of the night. He has 4.
What a great job of ball movement. We're really seeing that in this first quarter from both teams. Really crisp, really a good sense of awareness, knowing what's going on around you by both teams on the offensive end.
Zingaro for 3, no good, and Jackson Hunts down the rebound, hands off to Solomon. Here comes Solomon running the floor. Nice little spin move blocked by Arnett, and here comes Zingaro the other way. Back and forth we go. Zingaro all the way, too strong. Johnson with the rebound and gets his own putback for 2.
Yeah, Sterling's got to take a timeout.
Well, that's a great job of charging the basket there to get the rebound. If you see Jimmy Zingaro going up, but first you see Javon Johnson again. Okay, this is on the one where he scored, but previous to that, then you saw Anton Arnett go up, get the rebound, and we'll see that right here. You see Johnson, nothing, and then there's Net right up here. I'm sorry, that was Johnson who got the rebound. My bad.
Now a new.
And this is not, so you got some Skittles there, Kevin. You getting hungry? I know you usually carry the Snickers today. You got Hershey's here, the Nuggets with you, but the Skittles are a Mr. Behringer favorite.
You better hide that at halftime. You want to go over and talk to the scorer over there, Rob?
I mean, I tend to sneak over there at halftime, but I'm not putting my hand in that. I don't want to get yelled at from Coach Behringer.
I'll have.
It's one thing, it's one thing. He may, say some stuff to it. I don't want him yelling at me. You know what I mean? Like, I want to stay on his good side. This has got to be a great game for Coach Behringer here. Had so much success at Woodbury, and we're going to get into some of his highlights of his career at Woodbury. And a graduate from Woodbury High School, and now a teacher here at Sterling, has been for a significant amount of time, and now able to coach this Silver Knight basketball team. Best of both worlds here for him. Everybody wins at the Behringer house today. Jackson leaves it short. Offensive rebound. Nope, it's going to on the baseline. It's Solomon on the baseline. It will be Sterling basketball, and here comes the press.
Yeah, Woodbury's going to come out Sterling with the press, and they did a real nice job the first time around with the press. Not overhandling the ball. Getting the ball up court diagonally with not a lot of times they put the ball on the floor. Had trouble there. One bad pass, and now Woodbury got the ball. So just as I said, they did a real nice job the first time. Did just the opposite of that there.
And they didn't even apply a lot of pressure. It was just enough to throw the game off just a little bit. 7-6 Sterling.
Well, that's a lot of what the press is about, is getting in other teams' heads.
Taking their offense out of rhythm. Good look underneath for Dunbar. Dunbar, yes. Dorian Dunbar has 6 points tonight and gives Woodbury back the lead. And now Sterling throws it away. Numbers the other way for Woodbury, 4 on 3. Baseline drive, and now it will stay Woodbury basketball, 3:10 remaining.
Now you see this nice dish off here. And Dunbar up there, nice and smooth with that left hand. And boy, he needed to go up with the left hand because Andrew Tummings was guarding and defending that right side.
Going to go into the backcourt to Solomon. And now Woodbury will set up their offense, leading by 1. John Solomon has it stripped away from behind from Arnett. And now a timeout on the floor. To be a 30-second timeout. And we talked about Coach Behringer and some of his photos. I'm sure he's loving that we're bringing this one up.
Yeah.
Some throwback photos of Coach Behringer over the years at Woodbury High School. Seeing their star on the basketball team there, in front and center. There you go, Coach Behringer. Most outgoing.
Yeah, I could see that.
Would have never guessed that one.
Shocker.
What a shocker there. Had some real success at Woodbury as a player as well, and he has so much South Jersey basketball knowledge. It's insane.
Absolutely.
He's been around the scene for quite some time.
And I saw the football. I believe he was in a football jersey. I didn't know if that was.
He just went to round 1 with the Skittles. First he has 3 trips to the Skittles remaining. It's like timeouts. You only get a certain amount per game, right?
Arnett able to steal the ball.
I think both of these teams still trying to find their rhythm here. early on. 3-on-2 all the way, and not being able to make it fall as Solomon gets his own rebound, and this time he makes do. First bucket of the game for Javon Solomon, the senior.
Yeah, that's a nice job of Javon Solomon finishing, coming in a tight space, really threw a couple bodies right there, but showed how you stay in control as you finish.
Sterling throws away again. Here comes Jabron Solomon working against Cummings, and Jabron Solomon for the bucket. And it's a 5-point Woodbury lead, largest of the day with 2 minutes to go.
Well, great job of Jabron Solomon using his body to bump off the defender, but keeping the ball away, and really, again, another move to the basket in finishing, showing great control. Second time in a row we've seen that in the last minute from Woodbury.
Arnett from the handoff from Javon Johnson. Javon Johnson comes up with the miss. Arnett gets his miss, and Arnett is fouled. He'll go to the line. I believe they're going to get Dorian Dunbar on the foul. Team's second. And it will be a Woodbury foul on the aforementioned Dorian Dunbar, his first.
And this is a case where you're just not going to let Antoine Arnett go up there unscathed. You want to make it difficult for him.
First foul.
That's where you tell them, I don't mind some fouls, and that's probably one of them right there.
Sterling, an uncharacteristic 0 for 3 from the line so far today. And we mentioned we had 10 camera angles at the last game. We now have birthed another camera angle, and here's our 11th.
No, I did not.
I wish that would have, if that was a trivia question, I would have gotten it right. One to two. We're actually at 12 cameras angles tonight.
12.
We have a Skittles cam.
No, we count that one.
Yeah, we're gonna count the Skittles cam.
The Skittles cam. I like that.
We just
That
added
camera
a
angle
in the last 45 seconds.
That camera angle brought to you by Skittles. Taste the rainbow. We're gonna get any residuals from that mention?
We could, or we could get in trouble.
Yeah, one or the other. One or the other is gonna happen.
Copyrights.
McFadden picks up, as we worry about getting sued for copyright infringement. McFadden picks up the personal, his first, team second.
You know, guys, we looked at the keys to the game, and one was to stay sharp and crisp and execute the entire 32 minutes, but Sterling really hasn't been sharp consistently throughout this first quarter.
Kozaneski into the game. Sorry, Schultz. It's Kozaneski into the game there, guarding Dorian Dunbar. Strong move to the hoop, and it's a one too many steps there for Javon Solomon, and they turn it over with 54 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
I just don't think they've yet had the Skittles yet, to sharpen up their mind.
Well, Skittles break coming up in about 47 seconds for this Sterling team.
That's a great job of breaking the press with some diagonal looks. You had Javon Johnson flashing middle if needed, and that's how Sterling's got to break this press.
Zingaro, no look to Kozaneski for three, and he buries it.
Yeah, that's a great job of Sean Kozaneski. He was open initially, but boy, the defender got over there in a hurry, and he shot that calmly, coolly, with the defender in his face and drained it. That's a big basket there by Sean Kozaneski.
Under 20 seconds left to play in the first quarter.
He felt confident with that shot. He knew straight off that was going in.
Solomon answers with a three of his own. He has 5 points tonight. That's a big bucket for Woodbury. 5 seconds. Zingaro going to go all the way, and he was looking for the contact. He did not get it, and Woodbury's going to take a 4-point lead into the second quarter. Take one more look at this three from Kozaneski.
Defender. And that's even tougher, I think. Not, initially it was open, but having somebody running full speed at you when you're shooting and just
one more look at it here.
Composure.
Right in the face. That's just a great shot by Sean Kozaneski, the senior. And we'll get off to a quick break. 15-11 Woodbury. We're back right after this.
Where were you? You were supposed to meet me at my locker.
I had to get my books.
Let's go.
Where are we going?
Don't worry about it.
The Skittles cam bring you a look at the Sterling bench. 15-11. Is he going back for more? Does he go?
Oh, he's noticing the camera.
He's got a hidden bag of Skittles there. He's got the big bag, and then he's got the handheld bag there. So that's Skittles trip number 2 for Coach Barringer if you're scoring at home.
Should we limit them? I mean, is there?
I don't know.
There's some rule deep in the rule book that you're only allowed to have.
I want to know what his favorite kind of Skittles is, because that's not your generic Skittles. I mean, that's a different colored bag of Skittles.
You get that sugar through your system, maybe you're a little more energy, chance to get a technical might be.
Good look from Jimmy Zingaro to find Javon Johnson for 2.
Yeah, and a good half-court trip, and a good job by Jimmy Zingaro allowing that play to develop. And he really delivered a bullet down to Javon Johnson, who finished.
Sterling within 2.
And you could tell in that the break between at the end of the first quarter.
Nice move by Javon Solomon, just knifed through 2 Sterling defenders, and now here comes McFadden the other way, and he's fouled. Wow, look at the quickness. That's a nice pass by Zingaro to find McFadden, but the quickness before that, Javon Solomon just really exploded right down the lane. A spin move.
And Rob, we've seen that quickness on the defensive end too. You see it coming down.
First foul on Jaden Johnson, team's 3rd.
But as I was saying, you could tell Coach Barringer was not happy at all in that break right there, and really gave it to his team. This is a guy who probably relates to players as well as anybody, but I think coaching is all about when to pull back, when to pull somebody aside, and when to really tear into the team. And I think he felt like that was the time to do just that with the way his team played in the first quarter.
Stop, hop, and hit for Javon Solomon, who has 6 points to match Dorian Dunbar's 6. So Sterling really getting some energy off the bench from Jadis McFadden. His second 3 of the game. He has 7 to lead all scorers.
And we see McFadden, Sean Kozaneski hitting from the outside. Boy, that could go a long way in pulling the defense out and giving guys like Johnson on the net room to work down on the low post.
Especially with Ermel out. Now Solomon fires up an air ball. Mike Ermel is out of this game and does not look like he's going to return here. Injured in the first 45 seconds of this game and has not returned. Does not look like he's going to either, given his disposition on the sideline. Almost a steal. Pair of 11s working against each other. Javon Johnson using the body, kicks it over to Jimmy Zingaro for 3. His first bucket of the game.
Back-to-back 3s.
And the ball movement there really had Woodbury chasing. You get in a situation, you got defenders just chasing. A lot of times you get them out of control and you'll get the wide open look that you saw from Jimmy Zingaro.
A circus shot from Javon Solomon, and we'll stay Woodbury basketball.
Good movement with the defenders collapsing down. They're not going to be able to leave these Sterling guards that open on the perimeter much longer.
They get Tummings with the foul, his first.
I mean, with Zingaro and McFadden both scoring out from the outside, you might think that now Arnett and Javon Johnson's going to have some wide open. Take a look back at the Skittle cam.
Boy, McFadden's impressive as a sophomore, I'll tell you. It's, they're definitely looking for somebody to take over Antoine Arnett's role. Definitely a different type of player, no question about it, but as far as having more of an impact on the offensive end, we're definitely going to see that from Jadis McFadden next year.
McFadden almost launched up a 3, but couldn't corral it. A nice pass, one-touch pass from Zingaro. You can hear the bench collectively groan there. Zingaro throws it away. And a missed lay-in by Javon Solomon. Arnett rips down the rebound, quickly ahead to Javon Johnson, just off his fingertips. Both teams kind of throwing the ball around here in this second quarter. Glad you joined us here on Channel 19. Rob Strauss, John Hallwood, Kevin Schulz. Last handful of home games here for this boys basketball team. 3 on the way. No good. Rebound to McFadden. Quickly ahead to Zingaro. Zingaro, right-handed snag. Dishes to him. Slam! What a look from Zingaro!
What a great job with an awareness from Zingaro. Knows that there's a defender right behind him and knows that Arnett's also right behind him too. Just an amazing pass.
I agree with you, John, and you see it right here, just having a sense of knowing that you've got Anton Arnett right there, and that's not an easy play to have that type of awareness with the defender bearing down on you right there.
Javon Solomon picks up the, or check that, Javon Johnson picks up the foul. His first, team's 4th. And that will send Javon Solomon to the line for the first time tonight.
Just not an easy pass right there from Zingaro. That is really is a highlight reeler to watch over and over again.
And I tell you, I think that was his only option because the defender was all over him. Probably would have sent that right back, return to sender.
But just to know, to be aware of that option, to me, was probably the most impressive part of that play.
Sterling out to a 1-point lead. Cummings has it blocked. And it will be a jump ball, and it will be Woodbury basketball.
That's a sense where you probably might want to kick it back out. You get in a situation where you got it down the low post, you're outnumbered with Woodbury defenders, and Sterling's done that a couple of times in this second quarter. That's all part of executing crisply for an entire game.
Zingaro across midcourt, going to take on the entire Woodbury defense, looking for a charge there. And not getting it was Jaden Johnson. Solomon in the corner, 3-ball, no good. Everybody battling for the rebound, and it's Arnett. Arnett fouled by Jaden Johnson, the freshman. Not to be confused with Jaden Johnson for Sterling.
Well, Jaden Johnson for Woodbury is not going to get that call when you've got Anton Arnett going full speed. You obviously do not have your feet set at that point, so.
Dorian Dunbar picks up his second foul.
But again, it's a good foul, I think, because you don't want to give up an easy basket to Anton Arnett.
Arnett, cross court, up top. Javon Johnson is fouled. Easy call there. Javon Solomon going to pick up his first, team's 5th. Not a deep bench for Woodbury either. Only I only see 4 subs on their bench.
Coach is actually asking for a travel.
Johnson, Kozaneski, Zingaro for 3, yes! Jimmy Zingaro back-to-back threes. And Sterling out to a 4-point lead with just about 3 to go.
Yeah, they just have to do a better job getting out the perimeter. But, Rob, you talk about depth. Woodbury looks like a tired team right now.
And Irmo right now looks to be leaving. Might be heading back to check on it again.
I'll tell you what, Sterling doing a great job in the absence of Irmo, who has been known to hit the 3, a little bit of everything. Would be Sterling basketball.
And Anton and Javon made that call for the ref. I don't think he even need to make it.
Nope, that's why I didn't say anything.
Made sure they made it their point.
Kozaneski for 3. Nothing there for Sean Kozaneski. He had plenty of time.
I think advantage jinxed him right there. He said Sean was open. And
pass picked off from Zingaro, and here comes Woodbury. Back and forth we go, and another turnover, almost another one. 3-ball from Solomon is good. Solomon, 9 points for Jabron Solomon, the sophomore.
Yeah.
And Woodbury retakes the lead.
He's been impressive in a lot of different ways. Obviously, they were able to get Sterling chasing and out of control, and he was wide open. He drained it, but he also has gotten some of his points off of offensive moves where he's able to make his own space and create his own offensive opportunity.
Arnett for 2. He has 7. Nice little pullback jumper from Antoine Arnett.
That's just one of the many things, obviously, that Antoine Arnett can do on the offensive end, and just shows you how he's really developed his game over the last couple years.
Two players collide, and Arnett goes down as well as Javon Solomon. Both players are down, and Antoine Arnett is bleeding. Antoine Arnett. Sean Clank has been a busy guy. He's going to need to be busy again as both players collided. One of the girls' basketball players in attendance is going to go grab Mr. Clank as well as Coach Shivers. And Arnett looks like he's got a big cut. Both players are cut, actually. And you see it just like both heads just collided there. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
And there will be a significant stoppage here as one more look at it here. Both players going for that loose ball. That's a 50-50 ball, just two players going for it. They actually almost touch it at the exact same time and then realize that, good thing they looked up. Right at that, oh my goodness.
Wow.
So Arnett and Javon Solomon, collide. And now Sterling is out 2 of their 3 starters in this game in Ermel and Arnett.
Obviously, you hope they're both going to be okay.
Oh.
Wow.
And they both fell like a ton of bricks there, and that is a tough loss for both of these teams. I mean, you look at Solomon, you'll see him come right into your living room here. And it's a good thing that he looked up at just the last second, because that could have been a heck of a lot. I mean, obviously it's a bad injury nonetheless, but Javon Solomon, you can see actually the blood on his jersey there, so I wonder if they're going to have to switch his jersey as well.
Yeah, there's definitely some things going on with what they have to do with the cleanup. Yeah,
this is not the first time. We've seen this a couple times this season with the boys basketball program, and injuries to the finger. Somebody, I think was it Ermel that cut his finger on the road?
I might have missed that one. Yeah, not sure.
I know Mr. K was with us on that one, and there might have been the Collingswood game. I think it was.
Okay.
There was a finger injury where somebody got their finger cut open, and they had to stop the game for a significant amount of time because you got to find. They were trying to meticulously find every single blood stain on the floor because in this day and age, you absolutely have to.
Yeah.
This is a significant stoppage here with 1 minute and 1 second left to go in the half. I wonder if they just do something in a situation here where they just call this the half and then add on.
They might.
Or maybe just make it.
I mean, this is a tough game here so far. Ermel went down just 45 seconds into this game with a left leg injury. He has not returned since, and now you have Arnett out for Sterling with obviously some sort of abrasion over his eye, I believe, or forehead, and Woodbury's losing Javon Solomon.
And you hope for Sterling and this doesn't carry over into the big matchup on Thursday, but I mean, it was, at first your concern in this first half was they were played a little bit inconsistent. I felt like the energy was there. They just weren't as crisp, but obviously now it's shifted over to the well-being of Antoine Arnett, and hopefully he's going to be okay.
And prior to that, both teams really going back and forth, just tossing the ball all over the court. There was really no set offense really anywhere for the last 3 or 4 minutes. And you know, it's been a while since we've had a stoppage like this on the court, and obviously the maintenance crew is going to be coming in here from the far wing, and going to follow the proper protocols and cleaning everything up here, but this is going to be a significant delay.
And Rob, you talked about throwing the ball around, being a little bit out of control. If there's one team, and again, we're talking about moving forward, that you can't play that way against, it's Haddonfield.
Yeah, and that's a big game on Thursday. We'll have that for you here, right here on Channel 19. Again, another game added to the slate in the boys basketball season in Lindenwold coming to town. We'll have that game for you on Saturday, but first things first, next game coming up is going to be 24 hours from now, roughly. We're going to be back to that 5:30 p.m. start. Now, I just want everybody to note that the last two games we've had here on Channel 19, the girls' game against Haddon Township, and this game has been at 4 o'clock. This one will be back to the regular 5:30 start time. JV start time, 4 o'clock. John Hallwood will have the call for you there. Schulze and I, as well as John Hallwood, will have the call at 5:30. But Colonial Conference on the line here for Sterling on Thursday night.
It'll be exciting. I mean, Mr. K doing a good job. He's looking at all the cameras.
So we have a Skittle thief
right here. We got him.
Now, do we have video evidence of?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Replay.
Barringer, I don't know if he notices that. See if the managers. I mean, are the managers in charge? Because if the managers are in charge, then I don't know, who do you blame there?
The investigation is underway. Mr. Rob Strauss is wondering what the heck's going on here.
Yeah, I mean, the Skittles bag, the big bag's gone. The little bag is the only one that's left. Marshawn Lynch would be very upset.
Barringer, check Barringer's pockets if there's any. Okay, all right, so we focused in on Javon. Does he have some of them on him, or did he hide them?
Is it like baseball players where they put the sunflower seeds in their pocket? Does Javon Johnson have Skittles in his pocket for the game?
Going to be running faster.
This is... Let's see. I mean, I don't know. While
Barringer was angry after that first quarter. If he finds out his Skittles are missing.
Oh, well, forget it.
Up there.
Oh, there. Okay, so the
chairs being thrown.
The big bag is back. The little bag to the left of the table is still there, but it does say grab and go. So is that an open invitation to eat whatever Skittles you want?
I think in an investigation, if I was defending him in court, I would have to say that. It clearly said,
yeah,
grab and go.
Uh oh. No, that's Jaden Johnson. He's not even looking at the Skittles at this point.
Plenty of video footage.
Well, as the officials and Coach Manlove and the maintenance team are cleaning up the collision underneath the basket, we'll get off to a quick break. It is 27-26 Sterling. Just over a minute left to go.
People are oblivious to the facts and supportive of the fiction. What should you believe? Believe the facts. COVID-19 is a real problem, and here's how you can do your part. Social distancing works. 6 feet apart from everyone. Proper mask placement prevents the virus from getting in and out, and lets you breathe normally. And if you're not near a sink, you can use hand sanitizer to kill the virus before it can keep spreading. But whenever you can, wash your hands. Soap, water, happy birthday. You know the drill. Let's help each other get through this. Stay safe, stay healthy, and go to cdc.gov for more information.
Positive news for Sterling as Antoine Arnett has entered the building. He's got a bandage around his head. He's going to be sitting on the bench, not starting for the final few minutes. He's actually leaving the building right now.
Wow. Yeah. Sure, yeah.
So Ermel's out. Arnett is out. Sterling still leads by 1.
Again, for Arnett, it's less about this game. Obviously, his health is the most important, but once you got that squared away, You hope he's available for that last game.
Dunbar picks up his third foul over the back, trying to go for that rebound. And that is its 16th foul on Woodbury. 30 seconds or so remaining here in this very interesting, injury-riddled, turnover-riddled first half. Pockets of excitement here and there with threes, but the big story is the injury bug. Devon Johnson for two. He has 6 points and gives Sterling a 3-point lead with just about 10 seconds remaining.
And a nice look by Jadis McFadden there, too.
5 seconds left to go. Woodbury, chance for a final shot. Little floater off glass, no good. And Sterling going to take a 3-point lead into the locker room. Wow, this has been a real interesting half. Good look from McFadden down low to find Javon Johnson. But Sterling leads by 3. We'll get off to a quick break. Get some injury report, perhaps, and break down the first half. 29-26, you're watching live coverage of Sterling basketball. We're back right after this. Sterling leading this one in probably the most wacky first half I think I've ever broadcasted. 29-26 against the Woodbury Thundering Herd. Rob Strauss, Johnny Hallwood, and Kevin Schulz. Arnett and McFadden each with 7 points, and Garrow and Javon Johnson with 6. Might be it for Antoine Arnett tonight. I think he left the premises after a real tough collision with Javon Solomon, who leads the way with 11.
Well, yeah, I mean, you obviously hope he's okay. Don't want to speculate on anything, but yeah, hopefully he's going to be all right. And we look.
Javon Solomon, 9 points, and Dorian Dunbar with 6 points, and to go along with his 6 points, he gets awarded 3 fouls. So keep an eye on that. Javon Solomon has changed his jersey number to 15, but you're going to see number 1 on your screen. He has 11 and is having an incredible night.
Yeah, doing a good job from the outside. We saw him drive to the hole, and I don't know if we see that one where he kind of takes that little jump move to the basket and a spin. And he's been a big reason why, they've been hanging around. No question
Coach
about it.
Barringer, where does he go with Skittles? He goes to the little bags. He's going to the little bag right there. I mean, I don't know. Do you go with the little bag there, or do you go with the big bag to start the second half?
You just need a little burst, but I think
just
to start the second half, I mean, you got to have your A game going. So
he's got the regular Skittles.
Might go with the bigger bag.
Ermel who was injured in the first 45 seconds of the game, has the ice pack off. He was in warm-ups, but is not starting this second half right now. So we'll see if he comes in off the bench for Coach Barringer and the rest of the Silver Knights.
Well, they're 2 big losses. Obviously, no bigger loss than Anton Arnett, but Mike Ermel just plays a real good all-around game. He defends. He can finish on the drives and basket. We talked about his outside shooting. Great court sense, and his loss can't be minimized either.
And we got to hope that he's okay as Kozaneski launches up a 3. Offensive rebound to McFadden, or excuse me, Tummings rather. Zingaro travels before the contact, and it will be Woodbury basketball, and as they trail by 3.
And Zingaro looks a little bruised out there.
Took on a little bit of contact. And we mentioned Coach Barringer definitely was not happy after the first quarter. Neither was he happy at end of the second quarter. So this is one of those things where you want to send a message to your team, and you hope they respond by playing the right way in the second half.
3 ball off the window and in for Webster. First bucket of the game for Samara Webster. Third 3 of the night for Woodbury, and they tie the game at 29.
Sure just how he drew it up.
I heard him call glass. Zingaro tries to answer, and he gets the hometown roll. Shakes off the injury that, he went down hard, and he's just buried his third 3 of the game. He has 9 points.
Well, I think, and especially with Anton Arnett out of this game, Woodbury's going to have to direct more attention to the perimeter.
Samara Webster answers right back. Battle of the 3-pointers here. Kozaneski ahead of the pack. Can't convert.
He's thinking that there should have been a foul right there.
Jaden Johnson. Not the Sterling Jaden Johnson. The Jaden Johnson in the gold and white takes a 3. Too strong. Offensive rebound back to the Herd. Javon Solomon in and out, no good. Rebound to Tummings. Tummings being chased from behind, looking for help, finds it in Kozaneski. Zingaro, another 3, different result this time for Zingaro. Solomon trying to draw contact, he cannot. Battling for the rebound, hands it right over to Javon Johnson. Has it stripped away from behind. Here comes Javon Solomon. Over to Javon Solomon, puts up a shot, no good. Rebound to Zingaro. I need a drink of water. I feel like an auctioneer here. Non-stop action here.
I would have said a fast-paced game is going to hurt Woodbury with their lack of depth, but Sterling being down 2 really doesn't have the same depth that they had when they started this game.
Zingaro looking for Javon Johnson. Another player goes down for Woodbury. It's Tamir Jackson. Goes down hard on his hip. what appears to be his hip. And they're going to have to go to their bench to check in and bring in Dorian Dunbar with his 3 fouls.
Rob, this game right now is in dire need from either team of a good half-court set coming down the floor just to kind of settle things down.
I could not agree with you more there. I really couldn't agree with you more. And I've never seen a basketball game with this many injuries in one half. Shot no good. Offensive rebound. Putback no good. Tummings comes down with the rebound, then has it stripped away. No whistle. And they're going to call a jump ball. Will stay Woodbury basketball.
And other than Solomon, if I see anybody from Woodbury shoot from the outside, I'm not going to hammer the perimeter. I want to collapse down low. And really, until they show they can hit consistently from the outside, other than Solomon, I'm going to defend down low because you're down not having Anton or Ned as we look at our crowd right there, our fans, parents there. Great to have them out here.
Mentioned in the girls' broadcast that New Jersey and now Pennsylvania has, and Philadelphia, more importantly, Philadelphia has lightened the restrictions. You're going to start seeing about, I believe they said 800 fans at the First Union Center. Or was it,
I thought
might have been more than that.
Yeah, no, I
think it was in the thousands, right?
It was like 8,000.
8,000, you're right. I knew there was an 8 in there somewhere.
Citizens Bank Park, so.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That is, and it's awesome to get back to some sort of normalcy.
Would this be a bad time to say go Yankees?
Yes.
John, the door's over there.
Yeah, John.
Way over there, yeah. So.
See you, John.
Security.
Should we mention that John's a Penguins fan as well?
That definitely gets security.
At some point, we need
security.
Yeah, just keep digging that hole. Hey, listen, I'm a Toronto Maple Leaf fan, so I mean, you figure that one out. Back to local sports action. Nobody really cares about our sports allegiances at this point. They care about one team right now. 2 teams, if you're looking at us from the Woodbury end of things. I'd like to welcome that audience.
That's right.
Everybody from Woodbury. I don't know if they're checking out one of their esteemed alumni in Justin Behringer.
Yeah, great. With the YouTube option, they're able to see it live.
And again, a back-and-forth game between these 2 teams. No 2 teams have really pulled away. The furthest we've seen a lead is 5.
Kozaneski open for 3, in and out, no good. Rebound, Zingaro. Little putback is good. Jimmy Zingaro has 11 points. 9 of those from 3-point range. Kozaneski deflects it away to stay Woodbury basketball.
Zingaro usually does a good job on the perimeter. He just gets in that right spot right there. Great anticipation.
Mike Ermel back into the game for Sterling. His first action since the opening minute. And he went down with what appeared to be a lower leg injury. And he looks like he's okay. Took warm-ups. Took some shots. I guess Coach Behringer and Ermel chatted and said, "Look, Coach, put me in."
That's a great sign. And moving forward, you're going to need everybody to beat Haddonfield. Not that we're looking ahead or anything, but it's really a 2-game stretch right here.
This is the appetizer for Thursday night for sure. Sterling with a 2-point lead. Zingaro with 11, trying to shake and bake the Woodbury defense, and then brings it back out.
Yeah, good job slowing it down. That's what we said. I think we need just to slow things down, gain some control, some composure, and execute.
Javon Johnson, little baseline jumper is good. He has 8 points tonight. Sterling really spreading the scoring around evenly here tonight.
Yeah, and Javon Johnson right now, his main job, I think, it's great job. Great that he scored there. That's a bonus, but what he brings is the ability down in the low post to rebound.
3-ball from the sideline is good. Jabron Solomon, his second 3 of the game.
Yeah, keep track of Solomon. He's one guy that you have to know where he's at all time, whether it's a initial defender or help defender.
Javon Johnson, strong take to the basket.
He's taking that Arnett roll for him.
And he's fired up as he heads back on defense.
Yeah, that's a case of a senior leader knowing he's got to pick it up for Anton Arnett. They've got to get over to Randolph. I mean, if the initial defender gets held up, caught up, somebody's got to get out there on him.
12 points for Jabron Solomon, who just fired his third three of the game, and he ties the game at 38. Zingaro is fouled before the shot. I think they're going to get Jaden Johnson, the freshman, on the call.
Yeah, and he knew right when he got that matchup, he had a mismatch. We saw that replay right there, and that quick first step, just blowing right by a defender and going up strong, showing good control and finishing.
They get Samara Webster with his first. Ermel, first shot after the missing most of the first half. Misses it. Jackson with the rebound. Woodbury looking to take the lead. 2 minutes to play here in the third. Three from the top for Jaden Johnson is good. First bucket of the game. This team is not afraid to shoot from three-point range. That is the 7th three-pointer of the game for Woodbury.
And most of them are coming from Randolph, though.
Just about 90 seconds remaining in this third quarter. Woodbury out to the lead. Now a steal from Solomon. Solomon all the way, jams it home, and a timeout. Javon Solomon, who ran into Antoine Arnett earlier, jams it home. He was number 1 earlier. Comes out with number 15. And he is on fire here. He has 13 points. With the elevation. So a full timeout as Woodbury sneaks out to a 5-point lead.
But yeah, Sterling just got a little lax on the ball movement. Solomon anticipated it.
Ermel trying to give that to Zingaro and just telegraphed it.
Jumped the passing route right there, and he was going the other way. Woodbury right now really feeling good about themselves. You had the 3, Rob, and then the steal.
And he looks like he ate some more Skittles now.
Yep, the Skittles after the last time out worked. We saw at the end of the first quarter. You see Coach Behringer. And the Skittles.
Wisdom. Skittles of wisdom.
The Skittles of wisdom. I like that. Five-point lead for Woodbury. A little surprise coming up for you at the break. Some behind the scenes, some throwback Coach Behringer Woodbury video. Nice move by Tummings. Javon Johnson for 3 is no good. Rebound to Jaden Johnson. Under a minute to play. I wonder if the Skittles thing was always been his thing since high school, or if this is a recent thing. An interesting question.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Foul on Jabron Solomon. Yeah, that's definitely a post-game question. Solomon picks up his second.
Fouls on goal 3, second foul.
43.6 remaining. And it looks like they're going to go with a little bit of a press here on this inbound. McFadden lost the handle. Thought there was going to be a whistle there. They let him play.
Yeah, it was all ball, and Woodbury again is at this point really taking over the momentum as we get towards the end of this third quarter.
43-38. Just joining us, Antoine Arnett left the game with about a minute remaining in the half. You see it deflected away by Jimmy Zingaro. Has a trailer in Tummings. Tummings has it stripped away by Jabron Solomon. Solomon now the other way, and that's deflected away by Zingaro. Zingaro tries to go behind the back, has that taken away. Javon Solomon for 3 at the buzzer is no good. And let's take a look at the aforementioned Justin Behringer and some of his video highlights from his career.
The Herd, 43.
Some traffic as it knocked away, regains, now stolen once again by Barringer. Barringer, oh, look at this passing game, and Estrada drops one in. Oh, and a steal by Barringer. Keeps it in bounds, keeps himself in bounds as well, and goes off the glass and good for 2. So just embarrassing.
Gus Barringer's one of those athletes you just gotta like.
Rob Carson missed it, and there's Barringer once again, liking the rebound. He's got about 3 of those tonight. In a wet spot, it looked like. Lewis with the steal, goes to Barringer. Oh, athletic. Couldn't get the shot to drop, but Barringer this year. He's 6 foot, and there you see wearing the number 10. And like a good point guard, already directing traffic for the other end of the floor while getting ready to shoot those free throws. Next one is up and good, so knocks it away from McLeod. A little 2-on-1. Barringer layup is good on the nice pass from Arthur Lewis. They can't get it to him. Steal by Barringer. Very frustrating night for Turner. Lewis behind the back. Marcus Money, 2 hands. Still, trying to grind out the Colonial Conference title, but also South Jersey Group 1.
Transformation, time warp, we're back. My man hasn't aged.
Not at all.
He has not aged at all. Head coach Justin Barringer now wearing the blue and silver as opposed to the gold and white. You saw some of his highlights there from Cat Payne Gymnasium, one of the best gymnasiums in all of South Jersey to do a game. To play a game, to watch a game, to broadcast a game, it's unbelievable.
And it holds noise, too. You can really, it rattles.
And that team that actually that Coach Barringer was playing against, that Sterling team, was the last time Sterling was in a won a division, Colonial Conference division. So unbelievable.
And ironically, they've got the opportunity this Thursday to do it for the first time since then.
Nice look from Javon Johnson to find Andrew Tummings.
And a great way to start this 4th quarter.
First bucket of the game for Tummings, but I tell you what, all season we've been seeing him score timely baskets. Yeah. And that no more timely than coming out of it and starting off this 4th quarter on the right step.
And 2 seniors, you had the nice pass from Javon Johnson to Tummings, and that's what you need. You need your senior leaders to step up to start this 4th quarter in a game, again, where Sterling really just hasn't been sharp in a consistent basis.
You're going to see Andrew Tummings tomorrow night on YouTube as Ermol. Johnson for 2. You're going to see Andrew Tummings tomorrow night on TV starting at 7 o'clock, the National Honor Society inductions. So congratulations to all the inductees, as well as Andrew Tummings. Sterling looking to take the lead here. Here's Tummings. Wow. That did everything but drop.
Yep.
Unlucky there for Tummings. No panic out of this Woodbury team. Sterling on a little mini run here. They scored the first 4 points of this 4th quarter.
Yeah, Woodbury looking to slow it down, spread things out a little bit, bring the defenders out.
Spin move, has it blocked away from Javon Johnson. On the spin move by Jabron Solomon, only a sophomore. Man, is he quick.
Yeah, and what a job by Javon Johnson, never leaving his feet, making sure he kind of stayed under control defensively. You see right here, and just made sure he got, well, maybe a little bit armed, maybe didn't get all ball, but we'll take it.
Now the official has gone to the scorer's table. Not sure for what. There wasn't a foul called.
I think it might be the actual score. I'm pretty sure it was 41 to 43, and it should be tied right now. I could be wrong.
Either way, the scoreboard remains 43-42 Woodbury. Zingaro looking to create space. He's quick as well. Good to see Ermel back in the game. Almost has that stripped away. Zingaro for another triple. Too strong. Rebound to Webster. Corner 3. Solomon passes. Shot taken by Webster's no good. Rebound to Jimmy Zingaro. Zingaro behind the back.
Good move pulling things out. It wasn't there. Reset.
This floor angle is phenomenal. Really unique camera angle. What kind of a bug's eye view. Javon Johnson fouled. He'll go to the line. They get Webster with his second foul. Team's third.
Second foul.
Boy, Johnson really doing a good job taking over for Antoine Arnett. Obviously, you can't replace him, but feeling like he's got to take a little bit of the scoring load.
13 points on the night for Javon Johnson. In a night where you definitely need more than 5 points a game out of Javon Johnson. That's what he's averaging. But when you're missing Antoine Arnett, somebody or more than one person has to step up.
And the nice thing about this situation with Javon Johnson, now he's going to demand more help defense over his way. He's the type of kid that's also very good at dishing off in the low post. And there's definitely, if the game takes on this type of feel, he's going to have the opportunity to do that.
14 points for Javon Johnson as Sterling takes the lead 44-43. And Woodbury's number 15 is now Javon Solomon. He was number 1, got into that collision with Antoine Arnett and had to switch jerseys at halftime. A crossover move, nice up and under, blocked as Solomon tries to make the move, but the help defense comes by for Sterling.
And Tummings does a great job to just able to knock the ball out of his hands. Manager says it a lot, that Tummings is a great defensive player.
Solomon for 3, in and out, no good. Rebound to Jackson. Jackson double teamed.
John, I agree with you on that. You talk about maintaining defensive control, and he definitely did that.
Halfway through the fourth, McFadden on the run. He's fouled.
Well, we've seen Jaden McFadden do a lot of good things, and talk about a kid who has really developed as this year's kind of moved on. And I don't know that he makes that play right there and gets himself to the free throw line in the beginning of the season. And it's really nice to see a young player like this develop the way he has.
Full timeout, Woodbury with 3:59 remaining here in the fourth quarter, and Sterling leading by 1. And this is, like I said earlier, the appetizer for Thursday night. But it's coming at a price right now because you had a lot of players going down, bodies flying everywhere. Antoine Arnett bloodied earlier in the game, but the big game coming up Thursday for the Colonial Conference title.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't ask for anything better than this, a chance really to win a championship, win out. The last game, or next to last game of the season. And we'll see that on YouTube Thursday night, March 4th, live on Channel 19 as we look our cardboard cutouts.
One more look at the injury to Antoine Arnett. You'll see the two players go for that loose ball there, and I mean, if you watch this in slow motion, it hurts just as much as it did in regular speed. I mean, you look at that, and it just, both players went down immediately. Solomon returned to the game. Arnett has not. And just two really, really big human beings colliding there at a really good rate of speed, and we just hope that both of those players are okay.
Yep, you just cross your fingers. Obviously, we'll get more information probably, after the game, but it's just an unfortunate situation.
Just two athletes being competitive, and that's all it is right there.
I'll tell you, it always shows that it's a 1-point lead for Sterling, but I feel like they're responding to some of the, things that Coach Barringer had talked about to them at the end of the half. Not that we know exactly, but you can tell he was a little bit irritated. And for a game that really didn't go well, wasn't crisp in the first 3 quarters, I felt like Sterling's played their best ball here in the last 4 minutes.
McFadden knocks them both down. He has 9 points off the bench, pulling his best Raina Pelkak impression from the girls' side. Zingaro commits the foul on the collapsing defense. That's his second. Only the team's first foul.
And free throws are really going to be a big important to this game. Now it's a close game. Anytime you get those free throws, you just got to hit them both.
Big defensive stop needed here for Sterling, and they get it. Kozaneski with the rebound. And I think Zangaro's going to slow things down here.
Yeah, good job by Sean Kozaneski maintaining good defensive position.
Pick and roll. Zangaro can't convert. Javon Johnson fighting for the rebound, and it's going to be a jump ball, but it will be Woodbury basketball. But Javon Johnson, easily the best game I think we've seen him play all season.
And we said this is where you need him down in the low post, but you know, Rob, we've also seen him take on a scorer's role, knowing that he's got to bring a little more to the table in the absence of Anton Arnett.
14 points for Javon Johnson. 3 minutes to play. Wide open is Johnson for three, and he ties the game. First three of the game for Brian Johnson. And for Woodbury, that's their 8th three tonight.
Yeah, 8-3, but I think they might have attempted about 20. Maybe more.
Deflected away, McFadden's pass. And Woodbury a chance to take the lead here.
Woodbury more patient in this fourth quarter than they have been all game.
2.5 remaining. One of the more patient offensive possessions we've seen Woodbury have. They're waiting for the best look possible here. The game's final two. This has been a weird one.
Yep. But entertaining all the same.
Absolutely.
I mean, you know, both teams haven't been sharp. There's been turnovers, some sloppy play, but the game hasn't lacked energy.
Missed by Solomon. Sterling in transition. Here comes McFadden. Zangaro, no look to McFadden in the corner. Zangaro thought about the three, or at least he had me tricked for a minute. Good look, McFadden from Andrew Tummings. Gives Sterling the lead.
Yeah, what a great job. You know, we've seen from Tummings, I'll say Jaden Johnson, the ability to allow play to develop, and there was no better job of doing that than what Andrew Tummings did. Of course, McFadden doing a great job in finishing.
80 seconds remaining in the fourth. Sterling leading by 2. Sterling 1 team foul. Woodbury 4 team fouls as we approach the 1 minute mark.
And that's when you're going to start thinking that is Woodbury going to start fouling Sterling now.
Sterling right now taking their time, playing the way you need to play with the lead. A little over 50 seconds left. They're going to force Woodbury to come out at them, get to a situation where you have to force them to foul you. There we go.
And here it is. 11 on 11. Tummings is fouled by Jaden Johnson. And a timeout on the floor with 43.6 remaining. What a look from Andrew Tummings to find Jadis McFadden there, and that is a huge bucket.
Yeah, just allowed the play to develop. You see right here, and just hit McFadden in stride. He put it right up, and you can't say enough about the confidence Jadis McFadden is playing with right now.
Check that. I thought they had a timeout, and they did not call it. And there comes a double team, and Tummings is fouled yet again. 16 foul.
Bring everybody out to the fourth corner, or 4 corners, and an effort to get Woodbury chasing, and Sterling is going to probably have to ice this game from the free throw line.
Zangaro now going to be double teamed, and he is fouled. Solomon looking for the backcourt violation, but the foul happened before the foot hit the backcourt.
A good job of Jimmy Zangaro here, just kind of staying still and allowing Solomon, we look at the play with McFadden, allowing Solomon momentum to bump into him and draw on the foul and get himself to the free throw line.
First free throw made from Zingaro. He missed his first two. And it's a one-possession game. This is a big free throw here for Zingaro. And he gets the shooter's roll and the hometown roll, and he needed all of it. As Ermel's going to check into the game for Kozaneski. 27.6 remaining. Woodbury going to let that roll up the court and then start the clock. Solomon for three. That's well off the mark. Rebound down low by Tummings. Tummings are trying to foul him, and they can't. Javon Johnson, 10 seconds left to go. No foul yet. I'm blown away that there's no foul here. 4 seconds to go. They're just going to hang on to it and let the clock run out. And Sterling is going to win this one 50-46.
I thought there was contact over there, but hey, we'll take it. But boy, hats off to Sterling. What a job in that fourth quarter, and not their best game to kind of get things together. Contributions all over the place, Rob.
Sterling notches their 11th victory of the season. They're 11-2 overall. It came at a cost, though. 50-46 is your final. We're going to get off to a quick break, come back with the post-game show. Coach Behringer and a couple players. We're back right after this.
Javon Johnson, class of 2021. I'm from Somerdale, New Jersey. My favorite pro team is the Sixers because I'm big fans of Embiid and Simmons. My favorite college team is Duke because they're a good team every year. Usually before every game, I get something to eat. Like an hour or two before I take a nap. The biggest influences in my game have been like my parents and my trainers for the way they've been pushing me. My goal is to go to college and major in sports marketing.
The Colonial Conference has always prided itself
on the tightly wound threads that extend through our communities that we represent.
For decades, these threads have created a bond,
unlike any other in high school athletics.
And it is during times of adversity and injustice,
such as what we currently face,
that our Colonial Conference commitment to doing what is right
and promoting the fundamental concepts of respect.
We call on all of those who represent
the Colonial Conference
to continue to strive for unity and equality.
My name is Sean Kozaneski. I'm a senior at Sterling High School, and I play small forward for the Knights. My favorite pro team is the Philadelphia 76ers. College, I like to watch a variety of teams, but usually I like to watch Villanova or Penn State because they're local, but I really just watch college whenever. I don't really have any pregame rituals. I just like to get a good amount of shots up for the game, so I'm warm for the game. That's about it. I'd say I like to watch Kyle Korver in the NBA. or any shooters in college, NBA. I like to model my game after any of them. After high school, I just want to get into a good college, have a good job when I'm older, maybe play some sports when I'm in college, and yeah, that's about it.
Jimmy Zingaro, junior point guard from Stratford. My favorite NBA team is the 76ers because they're just a local team and they've been pretty good recently. I'm a huge Duke fan and I have been for as long as I can remember. Before games, I like to rather take a nap or just listen to music. My uncle has been the biggest influence on the development of my game. He's been working with me ever since I was a young kid, and I've only gotten better over the years. And after high school, I hope to go to college and one day be a basketball coach.
Okay, we're back here with Javon Johnson. Boy, a little bit of a wacky game. Obviously, you hope Anton's okay. I know Mike Irma went down. Good to see him back in. First, I want to talk about getting into that fourth quarter. Obviously, you guys were down. We felt like Woodbury, to that point, especially in the end of the third quarter, had the momentum in the game. What were you guys saying leading into that fourth quarter?
We really just want to do it for Twan, you know. We had to hold it down for him. You know, it's a bad injury. You've seen those blood on the court. We really just wanted to do it for him and, you know, secure a win. Behringer said it was going to be a dogfight from the rip, so we were prepared for the whole game.
And in your situation, obviously you're counted on to get the boards. You kind of took on the role of a go-to guy in that fourth quarter. Was that your mindset in the absence of having Antoine to try to take on his role a little bit to break a defender down and go to the basket?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I knew as a senior and as a captain I had to take on the role to score the basketball, even for the team needing me to have to, because Twan, you know, Twan's our main scorer, and him going down was a big loss for us, so I just had to step up as a captain.
And you have to, as a senior leader, just the way the entire team responded. I mean, in that fourth quarter, Javon, obviously you had a big fourth quarter, but you have to like how there were contributions from everyone.
Oh, yeah. We just came together as a team, man. And that's how we came out to win. Coach always says the best team always comes out with the win, and we did today because we know we're the better team.
Okay. We had a little investigation going on. The Skittles were missing.
Skittles?
Do you know anything about this?
No.
You know nothing about it? I don't know. That's not a good poker face there. I don't know. We'll further investigate. But, boy, Javon, great job in a tough game, back and forth battle, and best of luck on Thursday night. And go get him, pal. Congrats. And we have Justin Behringer over there. Hey, Javon. Hey, Justin.
So as we're waiting for Coach Behringer, we'll get a chance to take a look at our next game, which will be the Haddonfield game coming up on Thursday night 5:30. This will be for the conference, and this is going to be a really, really big game, obviously, here. Would it be great to have all the super fans here and fans from the community in attendance? Absolutely. Anytime it's Haddonfield, you tend to pack the building here a little bit, but, it's going to be a fantastic game. We'll have it for you. Johnny Wiggles here, going to have the call. It's a JV game at 4 o'clock. Schulz, myself, and the aforementioned Johnny Wiggles at 5:30, and we'll have that live for you on YouTube as well if you can't make it out. Now we send it over courtside to Schulze with the man with the Skittles himself, Justin Barringer. We're going to talk to him. We need to find out about the Skittles, Coach.
Yeah, how do you know about the Skittles?
We focused on it we had a Skittles camera.
Oh, you have a Skittles cam?
In addition of the exhaustion of the game, with all those Skittles that you had, you're going to come crashing down.
Sometimes the Skittles mess me up because I'll be trying to yell, forgetting I got Skittles in my mouth, and then, you know what I mean? Marshawn Lynch, call me. Get an endorsement.
They might be flying out and hitting somebody.
They fly out. Thank God for mask catches them sometimes.
Yeah,
I gotta do a better job on my mask. I take my sorry, Claiborne. I gotta take my mask off a couple times to yell.
We'll order the visors for them just in case.
Skittles go back to Skittles go back to Woodbury.
Yeah.
I always had Skittles. Skittles are, if I couldn't get Skittles, Starburst.
Hey, speaking of Woodbury, we want to go back in time, and we're going to see. I think Mr. K's going to show something right here. Look at that guy.
Why you do me like that? Oh, my football dates still?
I thought you were a soccer player.
I was soccer. I played football for 1 year. Wow.
And we got a picture of it.
How did you find all this? Who gave you this? Oh, you see the cornrows. That's when I had the Iverson cornrows.
Look at that.
Class officer. Hey, I think I'm a pretty outgoing. Yeah. See the W? That was like Wu-Tang Clan in the Wu. Yeah. That was at Haddonfield. We took those pictures in Haddonfield's
You look like
classroom.
You were about 10 years old in that previous one.
You
look a little older there.
Yeah, I know. Man, what is this? A photo? We got more? How'd y'all get all this?
Not one picture had Pete Marley step in front of you.
No, so listen.
Take over.
Listen, Pete is in my yearbook. You guys know that, right?
Your highlights are coming up.
All right.
You can talk us through it.
No, through these? Well, this was against Sterling, and one of the things that we did with Sterling, right, is, here we go. See, I tell my boys, they don't think I can get up. I can get up a little bit. They don't know that. Is that me on the glass? Hey, man. That was a bad pass, though. Getting too fancy. And one? Nah. I made both foul shots, though. I was tired. So tell my guys, you're tired. That's what happens when you work hard. You actually get tired, you know? They got to start working a little bit harder.
Hey, Coach, how many of these players do you still talk to from this team?
I see them, on a daily basis. Actually, one of them is the manager over at Wawa down in Magnolia. I was going to dunk that. Tell Twan I was going to dunk that. He's the manager, so I see him from time to time, right? And then, is that a dime? Yeah, we got a little fancy. So I see him from time to time. I see a lot of them from time to time, right? And, it just every now and again, you'll be in Woodbury, you'll see a couple of the guys. I see Aaron Estrada a lot because, with Little Beans and everything. I see Money from around here. I think he's around here at times. Marcus Money. Butter cuts hair. So I still see the guys and I talk to them for sure.
Did they give you advice when you were coaching there?
Don't lose.
Well, you took it to heart and you did.
Because we'll be watching.
You won a championship with them.
Yeah, it's different, man. And the thing is, if you look at that game, do you mind if I say this? You guys got me on the wrong. If you look at that game, the funny thing is, and I wonder if Kevin Tierney's watching because he just texted me. Kevin Tierney was in the stands one of these days. He's in the far stands, and at halftime, these kids were playing, and one of the guys said, "Hey, that little guy one day might play for Woodbury," and I coached Kevin. And Jazir was a kid in the stands that day. So guys that I coached were actually at that game, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, Jazir, who played for you a couple years ago.
Played for me for a couple years, and I like to think that Woodbury, sorry Sterling, Woodbury might have one of the best gyms in South Jersey to play at.
Yeah, we said that. I mean, talk about where noise is just, I mean, it just goes
it's
through
beautiful.
you. It's
the acoustics, the wood, the beams, like it's great.
The atmosphere is second to none.
Sure.
And I know I watched when you guys, I think you won the South Jersey Championship
right
there. And boy,
that's
one
what
of
we
those
have
games
to
where
do
you watch,
here. We
you
want
wish
to
you'd
get
be
this
there.
gym. So all the super fans out there, make sure y'all come out next year when we have fans and get this gym like that.
Well, it's great that you embrace that tradition. It's an outstanding tradition. I saw you talking to the guys over there.
Yeah.
We're looking. If you look at this Sterling team, and we look at you as a coach who you've got a good connection with the kids, and there's obviously, there's a time to kind of pull somebody aside. But it looked like after that first quarter, you weren't happy with some things, and you've really lit into your team. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, you know what? We like to do those games. You have those lulls where you go and you beat a really good Eastern team, right? And then you come back and, you got to learn how to be there. So it's a 4 o'clock game, and I was a little nervous about switching it to 4 because, the kids just getting into, there's all, types of just feels and whether or not they're going to get into it at 4 o'clock. And we usually come in the gym early, like we're here at like 6:15 in the morning getting shots up, so they'll go home and they'll do what they got to do and come back. So you worry because 5 o'clock gives them a little bit more time to so this is always throwing off their schedule. Sorry about the mics, but in the beginning I told you how are you going to start, and I just thought they weren't dead, and we wanted to call timeout early just to do it, but then after that I wasn't calling a timeout. So if they were going to run on runs, well, guess what? They're going to have to feel it because you got to wake up in some form or another, right? We worked on all the stuff of beating the press, and then we just kind of weren't engaged. But you saw as we got over, those lobs started turning into harder passes. The cuts started being there. The closeout started being a little harder. So, that's what I wanted from them.
At the end of the third quarter, it was a game where we felt like Woodbury was playing well. They kind of took the momentum over in the game.
Yeah.
And it was a game where you lost your best player. What was your message to the team ending
the message to the team is, well, first of all, I hope Antoine is well. You know what I mean? Antoine gets rung up, but I didn't think it was like that until, we started seeing a little bit more. And then, my heart, after I tried to keep my composure, but after that, my heart just dropped and it broke for the kid. You know what I mean? Because he's a competitor. And I know he wants to be out there. And that's why he tried to get up and he showed, you think he's there, but that shows a testimony to him that he wants to get back, but just circumstances, then you saw it and he couldn't get back in the game. But, once that happened, you tell the kids, you still got to play the game, right? And one of the key components was composure. Concentration and composure were the 2 C's. I didn't give that to you. Were the 2 C's today, and it came into play. You got to concentrate on what we need to do. You got to stay composed, and they did that.
And obviously you talked about the team really not starting out well in the first quarter. That's frustrating as a coach.
Yeah.
On the opposite end, talk about how, what you just said, talking to the team in the fourth quarter, seeing them respond the way you wanted them to respond. Talk about how satisfying that is.
Well, you got to tell them. I told them all year, if you want to be a good team, I don't get flustered with the score because the score can always change. But you got to be the one that changes it, right? You have that. You have that ability to do it. So they were up 5 points, and the biggest thing is just stay composed. Everything else will come into play. You'll be fine. So the more and more we keep doing that, just good with these experiences, the more and more we keep doing that, the more we're building, for just what has to come.
Obviously, we don't know about the status of Antoine, and our first hope is that he's okay, his health's okay.
Absolutely.
But moving forward, we always ask you for your keys to the game. You're talking about composure. What are some of the keys to the game for Thursday going against Haddonfield and what really is in essence a championship game?
Yeah, like I said, that's what they wanted, right? And be careful what you ask for because you just might get it. Yeah. So then you just see whether or not do you really want it? Because you could talk about it, but my key is don't talk about it, be about it, right? You could talk about what you want, you got to go out there and do it, right? And then it's a beautiful test against a well-coached, good Haddonfield team, so can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
We hope for the health of Twan, but we still got to play the game.
And the first time we're going to play for a championship this is a banner right there.
Oh man!
In a long time, Coach. Great job tonight.
Thank you.
And
that's Group 2, not Colonial.
Okay, that's Group 2.
Yeah. It's all good.
Here we go.
But thank you. There we go. That was fun. It was fun night. It was always good, getting it. It was different being on the other side, but yeah, Javon, I'm sure you had a great conversation with Vaughn. He was fantastic.
Javon?
Yeah, good.
Coach, great job tonight.
Okay.
Thanks for coming on with us.
My pleasure. Always a pleasure,
and best of luck on Thursday night. We're looking forward to it.
All right.
Thanks, Coach. Congrats. And we'll go back to Rob Strauss.
Thank you, Schulze. Thank you, Coach Behringer, and a real good game here against a really, really good Woodbury team. And what Sterling's looking to do here is they're looking to put one more set of numbers on that banner there as we try and fill in 2021 on that banner. And we got a long way to go. A big, big game against a really, really good Haddonfield team, and it's going to be a great game. JV game, you'll have the JV coverage at 4 o'clock, John, and then we will have, all three of us will have the coverage at 5:30. Sterling wins this one 50-46, and we will say goodbye here from Sterling High School. For John Hallwood, Kevin Schulz, Tad Kozaneski, the entire Channel 19 crew, I'm Rob Strauss. We'll see you on Thursday night, Championship Thursday night, live here from Sterling High School. We'll see you next time. Good night.